1.
So what seems to be the problem?
It's my leg, Doctor. I was reading about it online, and I think I must have strained a muscle or something. I keep getting this pain all down here, and it's particularly bad down the side of my leg.
Well, let's have a look at it, shall we? Can you just try to bend your leg? Yeah, like that. Good. And how does that feel?
Not great, to be honest. It hurts here and here.
OK, and how long has it been like this?
It started feeling a bit strange a week or two ago, but it only began to really hurt a couple of days ago.
And have you done any heavy lifting or any sport or anything in the last couple of weeks?
Well, I go to the gym most days after work, and I do weights quite a lot, so...
Right. Well, I'd strongly suggest taking a break from that for a while. You've clearly hurt your lower back somehow.
My back? But it's my leg that hurts.
Yes, but when you injure your back, for example, when doing weights, then the pain often starts in your lower leg, and you really need to rest it and give it time to heal.
2.
Hello there. How can I help?
Oh, hello. Thanks for finding the time to see me.
That's okay. What seems to be the problem?
It's my throat. It's been really sore for a while now.
Yes, you don't sound great, I have to say. And you're very pale. When did it start to feel bad?
Well, the thing is, you see, I stopped smoking at the start of the year, and it started feeling sore a few days after that. So I was wondering if it's connected at all.
It could be, I suppose. Well done for stopping, though. It's never too late. Right, I just need to take your temperature. OK, well, that's rather high.
OK.
And can you just breathe in and then out for me, please? OK. And again. Right. And do you feel stiff at all? Your neck or shoulders?
A little bit. Now you mention it, Doctor, yeah?
So, I think you've caught an infection that's going round. Nothing to do with the smoking.
That's a relief.
I'll write you a prescription for some tablets that will help with the infection. Over the next 5 days, take 2 tablets 4 times a day, and that should help.
OK.
And you need to avoid doing anything too physical.
That'll be easy.
And you might want to consider taking some time off work as well, if you can.
Not sure that'll be possible, but I promise to try.
Hi, I'm Marvin, and I'm going to quickly go through this quiz with you. Let's see how many you got right. So first, the burn. Well, lots of people think that butter is the right answer, but that can make a burn worse. And you shouldn't put ice on a burn either. Extreme cold can damage the skin even more. The answer is C. Put your hand under cool running water, so under the cold water tap. Number 2. Well, if you cut yourself, the first thing you should do is stop the bleeding. Press a clean cloth or handkerchief on the cut for a few minutes. Then clean the cut under cold water. You don't need to see a doctor or to hold your hand in the air unless you can't stop the bleeding. So answer B. Now, if your nose starts to bleed, what should you do? Many people put their head back, but that's wrong because the blood will go down your throat. So you should hold the top of your nose with your finger and thumb. Do not blow your nose because that won't help. Answer B. Now, number 4. We all spend too much time looking at a computer or TV screen. When we look at a screen and we're, say, writing something, we don't blink as much as we should. So our eyes get really dry. It's important to look away from the screen from time to time and to blink regularly. You can close your eyes for 5 minutes, but you don't need to. That's too long and you might fall asleep. And you should only wear glasses if you need them. Don't turn all the lights in the room off either. This will only make your eyes hurt more. So the answer is A. Blink regularly. Okay, so number 5. We've all had this. You're in a situation and someone starts coughing. It can be really annoying. If you give your friend something like a bar of chocolate, that won't actually help them. But a sweet, like a cough sweet, will definitely help. You shouldn't hit them on the back. That won't do any good. So the answer is B. Offer your friend a sweet. Now, injuries. Well, they happen to everyone. Imagine you're out playing football and you injure your foot. You hurt it. Well, the best advice is to stop playing immediately and then rest for a few days to give it time to recover. So answer C for that one. Now question 7. Muscles do ache. This can happen to all of us when we do a lot of exercise, especially if we haven't warmed up properly. Your dad probably doesn't need to take an aspirin, as that won't really help, and he definitely doesn't need to go to hospital. Lying in a lovely warm bath will relax his muscles. That's the best answer. Add some bath salts too. So that's B. And finally, the question about yawning. There are many reasons why you might yawn, and being bored is only one of them. But you don't want to tell the teacher you're going to yawn. Some people suggest thinking about your heart beating, maybe even trying to feel it. But that doesn't work for me. The best thing is to really focus on your breathing. If you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, hopefully you won't yawn. So the answer is B. So, those are the answers to the quiz, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it.
Good morning. My presentation today is about an unusual sport from Canada called lacrosse. It's a fast and exciting field sport that the native people of Canada invented many years before the first Europeans arrived in the country. A French explorer was the first person to write about the sport in 1637. In the 1800s, lacrosse became popular with Canadians from European countries like Britain and France. In 1867, those people established the National Lacrosse Association of Canada, which made decisions about the official rules for playing the game. After that, the sport became popular across the country. So, how is the game played? Well, there are 2 competing teams that try to score points by throwing a ball into the other team's goal. In that way, it's similar to football or rugby, but the players don't kick the ball with their feet and they can't use their hands. Instead, players have to throw, catch, and pass the ball by using a special stick with a net at the end. The ball is also much smaller and harder than a football. Each team has got 10 players on the field, and everyone has to wear a helmet and other safety equipment for protection. Lacrosse matches are 1 hour long, with 4 quarters of 15 minutes. Nowadays, lacrosse is not only a Canadian sport. There is a Federation of International Lacrosse, which organizes a world championship every 4 years. There are 52 different countries in the federation, and more countries are joining all the time.
It's just got a lot easier to buy healthy food when we go shopping. A new scheme has started which tells you how nutritious the different food items on the supermarket shelf are. It's called the Overall Nutritional Quality Index, which is kind of a long name for something so basic. Put simply, the index gives food items a number from 1 to 100, based on their nutritional value and their impact on your health. The idea is that it will be much easier to see which food is good for you. For example, if you're not sure about buying avocado and prawns for a salad, a quick look at the information on the shelf can tell you that it's a pretty nutritious combination. Avocado is 89 on the index and prawns 75. The big surprise is popcorn. If it's salt and butter free, it's not so bad, getting a score of 69. At the other end of the scale, there are cheese snacks with a value of only 4. And chocolate isn't much better, with 10. Cheese and eggs come out with low scores too, 17 and 18. Peanuts, with a score of 21, are another high-fat food, of course. Another low-scoring food is the bagel, with 23. In the middle of the range, there are things like steak, with 44, and pasta with 50. The information will be available in most of the larger supermarkets from next week.
Hi, Jack. Have you read this item on imaginary eating?
Hi, Lynn. Yes, I saw it this morning. What a load of rubbish. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. If we think about eating food, we'll lose weight, it said.
Not exactly. It said if you think about eating food, you stop wanting to eat it so much. So if you don't eat it, then you might lose weight. I thought it made sense.
No, it's rubbish. I'll believe it when I see it. You can't think yourself thin.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think willpower is really important, especially where food is concerned. Imagine you're overweight and you want to lose a few kilos. If you don't train your mind, you won't be able to lose weight. I reckon you can achieve anything if you believe you can do it.
You mean like mind over body? Well, OK, mental attitude is important when you're trying to change something in your life, but I don't think that's the same as what the news item said. So, are you going to do this imaginary eating thing then? Do you really think it'll work?
Yeah, why not? I won't find out unless I try.
And what exactly are you going to do then?
OK, let's think. I eat too many crisps and snacks, right? So, when I want to eat a snack, I'll try just imagining that I'm eating it. Hey, you know what? This could be amazing. I'll never need to buy chocolate again if this technique works.
Well, I can't believe my ears.
Hey, as soon as it starts working, I'll let you know. Self-belief, that's what's important.
I'm going to buy you some chocolate just in case. I think you'll need it.
Are you ready to order?
Not quite.
No problem. Would you like something to drink while you decide?
Yes, please. Just water's fine for the moment.
Oh, this menu looks interesting. I love trying new dishes. What are plantain fritters?
Well, plantain is a kind of banana and a fritter is a fried dish. In this case, fried mashed banana balls.
Do you mean like a sweet dessert banana?
No, plantain is a type of savoury banana you eat as a vegetable. It's quite a bland flavour, really.
OK. What about akra? What's that made from?
It's made from a kind of bean called black-eyed peas. They're fritters too.
What do they taste like?
Well, akra's usually pretty hot and spicy.
Sounds good. I think I'll try that. Now, what's this? Ackee and saltfish.
Where's that?
In the main courses, at the top of the list.
Oh, yes. I think ackee's a kind of fruit that's traditionally served with saltfish.
And saltfish?
That's dried salted cod. You have to soak it in water before you cook it, but then it's a bit like fresh cod. It doesn't taste salty when it's cooked.
OK. I might try that. What are you going to have?
I can't make my mind up. Oh, here comes the waiter again.
Can I take your order now?
Yes, please. I'll have the Accra to start with.
And I'll have the same.
And for your main course?
I'd like to try the ackee and saltfish. Does it come with vegetables?
Yes, with plantain.
And how's that cooked? Is it fried?
No, it's boiled.
OK, that sounds fine.
And what about you, sir?
Can I have the goat curry, please?
Certainly.
I've never tried goat.
You can try some of mine when it comes. It's like lamb, but the flavour's a bit stronger.
OK, great.
1. Hello, Mr. Gomez.
Yes.
I'm sorry, have you been waiting long?
About 2 hours.
I'm sorry, we're quite busy today. You've done something to your ankle.
Yes.
It's quite swollen. Does this hurt?
Yeah. It's very painful.
Can you put any weight on it at all?
No. It hurts too much.
And how did you do it?
I was just coming out of the hotel, and I slipped on the stair, and my ankle,
You just fell over on it. Nasty. Well, I think we should do an X-ray. It might just be badly sprained, but it could be broken. You'll have to wait again, I'm afraid. We've been a bit short of staff lately. I'll ask the nurse to give you something for the pain.
Good. How long will I have to wait for the X-ray?
Hopefully it won't be more than half an hour. Are you on any medication?
I take something for my asthma.
That's fine. Have you ever had any adverse reactions to any painkillers? Paracetamol or anything?
No, never.
OK, fine. Well, I'll get the nurse to give you something and then take you down for the X-ray. 2.
Hello.
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 Take a seat. What seems to be the problem?
It's my boyfriend. He's been up all night throwing up. He's hardly slept. He had a high temperature, 39, and his heart was beating really fast.
And how long have you been like this?
Sorry, he doesn't speak much English. He first said he felt a bit sick yesterday afternoon, and then he threw up about 7, and he hasn't really stopped since.
Oh dear. Any diarrhea?
Actually, no, none.
And has he been able to drink anything?
No, that's the problem. When he drinks water, he's sick again.
Right, well, let's have a look. Can you just take off your jumper and sit up here? Open your mouth and stick your tongue out. Lovely. And now take a deep breath. Again, breathe in and out. Just lie down. I'm going to press quite hard. Does it hurt? And here?
It's okay.
Maybe a bit uncomfortable, but no pain?
Yes, no pain.
Okay, you can put your jumper back on. I think it's viral gastroenteritis, so there's no need for antibiotics. I'll give him an injection to stop the vomiting, and then he just needs to rest and take lots of fluids. Okay? Any questions?
No, I don't think so. I'll explain to him.
How was your holiday? You went mountain biking in Austria, didn't you?
That's right. It was great, except for James's accident.
Why? What happened?
Well, we'd been cycling in the mountains round Kaunertal, and we were going back to the hotel down this steep road. James went round this tight bend too fast, and he went off the road into some bushes and fell off. It was horrible.
It sounds it. Was he badly hurt?
Well, we thought so. We were worried that he'd maybe hit his head because he kept asking us where he was and what had happened. He just seemed really confused. At one point, actually, he even asked if we'd met somewhere before.
Really?
Yeah, and we could see that his knee was very swollen as well. He also had quite a few cuts and bruises and was bleeding quite a bit. The problem was, though, we were still miles from the next village.
So, what happened? How did you get him to a hospital?
Well, luckily, we were actually on a road and a car came past a minute or two later. It stopped, and the woman driving said she'd take James to the nearest hospital. He kept saying he'd be okay, but she insisted. And in the end, we managed to get him to go, just to be safe. We got him into the car, and she took my mobile number and promised to call me once there was more news.
Wow, that was nice.
I know. It was really kind of her. Anyway, we then cycled back to our hotel and waited to hear from the hospital.
And did they call?
Yeah, they did. After a couple of hours, they rang and told me they'd given James an X-ray and there was nothing broken and nothing wrong with his head. But they said he needed to stay there a bit longer, as he was waiting to have a few stitches in the cuts.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, I know. In the end, he spent the rest of the holiday hanging around the hotel. He was desperate to go out with us, but the doctors told him not to cycle for a week and to rest the knee. It spoilt his holiday, really.
I bet.
And, on top of all that, I spoke to him yesterday and he said he's going to have to buy a new bike now because of the accident. He's found out the bike frame's broken.
Ouch. That actually reminds me of something that happened to some friends of mine when they went camping in Croatia.
Today I'm going to talk about sports. As you know, there are many different sports, but it is possible to classify them into groups. The verb classify comes from the noun class. So classifying means putting things into classes or groups. So, first today, I'm going to classify sports into 3 groups and then give examples of each type. Then I'm going to explain the reason for classification. Why do we classify sports in physical education training? Okay, so first, classification. There are 3 groups of sports. The first group consists of racing sports. Racing, of course, means trying to go faster than another person. The second group is opponent sports. An opponent is someone you play against. Finally, there are achievement sports. Achievement means reaching a certain level, a good level. So, we've seen that sports can be classified into 3 groups. Now, what sort of sports go into each category or group? Let's look at the first group, racing, trying to go faster than another person. There are 2 subcategories here. Some racing sports just use the power of the human body, for example, running and swimming. Other sports in this category use the power of machines. Cycling uses bicycles. Motor racing uses cars, for example. What about the second group? Opponent sports. Once again, with opponent sports, there are 2 subcategories. The opponent might be an individual or a team. For example, we usually play tennis against one person, but we play football against a team. Finally, let's turn to achievement sports. In achievement sports, there are also 2 subcategories. Sometimes we try to reach a target. For example, in golf, we try to get a white ball into a small hole. So, that's a target sport. Sometimes we try to achieve a particular quantity, distance, for example, or height. In the long jump, we try to jump farther than all the other people. In the high jump, we try to jump higher. Okay, so to sum up, we have heard about 3 categories of sports: racing, opponent, and achievement. We have seen that each category has 2 subcategories. In racing, it's human body and machine. In opponent sports, it's a person or team. And in achievement sports, it's target or quantity. Okay, I hope you have understood the classification. But why do we classify sports in this way in physical education training? Well, each type of sport teaches a child something different. Racing sports teach children to rely on themselves, to try harder, even if they are feeling physical pain. Opponent sports teach children to react more quickly and to think about the actions of another person. Achievement sports teach children to reach for a target, something which is hard to achieve, but achievable.